I mean, the whole thing is like, you can be a nerd about anything.
Welcome, ladies, back to the Nerdvana Podcast. I'm your host, Gianni.
I'm your host, Terrell. Welcome back. At long last, right?
It's been a minute.
It's been a few months, but
Yeah.
a shit ton of stuff happened, and there is lots of things to talk about. Where do you want to think?
Let's get started with the thing that's been popping off most recently, and that's Last of Us Season 2.
Last of Us Season 2?
Yeah, it's been kind of going a little crazy on TikTok and like all social media. People are as divisive of this show as they were of the game.
It is crazy to me how similar this is reminding me. It feels like we're back 5 years ago when the initial game came out. This conversation, but it seems like this one is more on one side. I feel like people are more hating on it than actually liking it.
Let's get the fun thing out of the way, right?
Yeah,
I don't agree with the chopped of us. I don't agree with bullying Bella Ramsey.
No.
I think that's kind of whack because you and I can both admit that season 1 was great. It was amazing.
Was good. I think the problem with this show is the writing and directing. It is not the actors whatsoever. The actors, when they are given the good material and good directing, it's fantastic and phenomenal. But so should we start from the first episode?
Okay, so let's start with let's start with what we like. Like you said, the acting is not bad. It's the writing that's bad. I think that what I like about this show so far is the way they open up the story. It's very, very similar to the game, but I love that they show Abby's story to start the game off, which I think start the show off. I mean, which I feel like you kind of need that kind of backstory of like, why does Abby want to kill Joel? Because
the game made you wait. Yeah, the game made you wait like almost damn near 10 hours, so like 11 hours. Yeah, it's like 12 hours of gameplay before you actually know the reason why Abby even did that. Even though I think it was bad on the game's end because it made it seem like it was not going to be the Fireflies. So it's like, okay, it's going to be a mystery group. Oh no, it was actually Fireflies. So why were we building this mystery up when it was such a plain answer?
I think that the way that it starts in the show is great for TV.
Yeah.
I think that you pick up right where we left off, where Joel's fucking capping everybody, and there's this big mass grave that they have for all the people that he killed, and you have Abby, who's like, we're gonna find him, and we're gonna kill him, and we're gonna make it slow or some shit. Which is like, okay, us as an audience can look at that and be like, okay, she's talking about Joel, like, we automatically know that he killed somebody important to her, like,
yeah, very much important.
Let's fucking go. And then we pick right back up in pretty much from the game, but it builds in chronologically from the game. Like the game, it gives you a lot of flashbacks to the dance, to her and Dina's relationship. But the game in the show, it starts off pretty naturally. We're in Jackson.
I think the opening of the show was such a good start. I would say the second episode might be the best episode of the series. So I'm just confused. The shift really just happened and episode 4, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, so the way it starts off, right, is essentially like she's living her life. We get these great therapy sessions with Joel and this new therapist character that's introduced.
Eugene's wife, which was
Eugene's wife.
You never even met. In the second game.
So we get like Joel going to therapy, talking about Ellie and like why shit's not good with her, and you could tell he's not telling her the full story because he's not telling her, oh, she's immune and I kill her. He's keeping that to himself.
I fucking killed them all.
But you get, I think, a good change, and that's you get Dina having an attachment to Joel. Like she likes Joel, she looks up to Joel. And first, I want to say that the actress that plays Dina is great.
I think she did good, very well.
I think they cooked with that. And the actor who plays Jesse, I think they cooked with as well.
Oh, that was a perfect casting. He was so good. I love him in that.
He's good. And I love that they build to this dance, and it's New Year's. It's New Year's Eve. So it makes sense. Like, okay, they're having this big party, whatever. And you get to see her and Dina kiss like they did in the game, which you had to wait fucking like 20 plus hours to see that in the game. But we start right off with it because it makes sense because it's a show.
Again, they had good setup. They really truly made the pacing, the poorly paced opening of the game, they did it well in the show.
Yeah, and then obviously episode 2, I mean, because the end of episode 1 is like all these sparklers these people are playing around with. They drop it on the floor, and these tendrils that are connected to the hive mind.
Yeah.
And then the horde, you can tell, okay, the horde's coming. So like, and then so was Abby, because Abby's there. But episode 2 was great. I think
my favorite episode by far.
What they did with introducing the horde to Jackson, I think is an element that was not in the game at all, and some people hate it, but I love it. I think that's probably the best decision they could have did.
I like the fact that Tommy was there. That episode, that's one of the first big critiques people were talking about the show, was how that it was Dina and Joel, not Tommy and Joel, but Tommy was in Jackson defending it from the horde, which I think makes perfect sense, and I think it highlights his character way more than him just getting knocked out right away from just Joel.
I love Diego Luna as Tommy.
Oh yeah, he's good. He sold me on that one.
Literally watching it, I'm like, they nailed Tommy. Like, I don't care that it's not like physically accurate to him. This is Tommy, bro. Like, it feels like Joel's brother who has to lead this whole place with Marlene and
his wife.
Not Marlene, his Maria. But it's crazy because they show some of these council scenes. Because in episode 1, I remember like the stalkers are now introduced. They were never introduced before. Like,
no, they were not. A lot of stuff were introduced in this season.
Yeah, they introduced spores later on, but it's funny how episode 2. I mean, let's get it out the way. Like, this is the episode where they kill Joel. We thought maybe they might drag it out a little bit longer.
I really thought they would.
Killed him.
I really thought they would.
They killed him. He's dead. He died in episode 2.
They are doubling down on this in the story pacing. They surely are.
But I will say the way they did it was way better than the game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they did way better in the game.
They didn't make him look like a fucking idiot. Like, hi, I'm Joel. He didn't make him
I'm
a stupid
Miller.
idiot.
I'm from
Abby
Boston.
figured it out because Dina calls out to Joel, and she puts 2 and 2 together. Like, okay, this is Joel. And, I love that they show the threat of Jackson from Joel's perspective, because he can see in the hill, like, oh my God.
Actual, like burning down, like,
Yeah, but Dina's having frostbite. She's about to pass out. Like, again, it ignites Joel's, like, father ability of, like, okay, I need to protect this girl. Like this.
So he wasn't really even paying much attention to them. He was just saying, all right, guys, gather your guns. We got to head to town. Come on, hurry up. And then he, like, looked around and then fucking shotgun. Fuck
it was. I mean, one thing I did like is they put Jesse and Ellie together, and I think that Jesse needs to be more of an important character. And I think that was a good decision, because honestly, the weird pacing of like fucking Abby running from the fucking horde and Joel getting his fucking head cracked in. You cut to Ellie and she's like smoking weed with Dina, having sex. Like it just felt weird. I felt like this made it more like. I don't think it's weird. I just think
it just gave time to Jesse, and I think Jesse is one of my favorite aspects of the second game. And to be honest, he doesn't get too much screen time in the second game. I feel like he kind of literally just fucks off in a half-ass cutscene. To this day, it's like crazy to me how they just did that to him.
Watching, it might still happen that way.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think so. They're doubling down.
They do like some weird thing where like they all introduce each other, so that way like Dina remembers all their names, and like
I will say that Abby kind of just gave her she just kind of monologued for a bit too long, I will say. She just kept yapping and yapping. Because in the game, I don't think she even got to say anything. Joe cut straight to the point, like, okay, what did he say? Fuck, I don't remember.
Get whatever speech you got prepared and get it over with.
Yeah, literally straight to the point. Whereas this Joel kind of just let her yap, like, "Oh, you really are handsome, huh?" It's like, all right.
Yeah, when everyone hates that line, like,
I don't mind.
You're actually pretty handsome. It's like, I don't really care. It's
I don't
like
really
whatever.
Care, exactly. It's like whatever.
You get people are like fucking. Oh, Abby would never say that. And it's just like cool, whatever. But she kills Joel not from a head bash, from a stab. She stabs him because the fucking golf club broke off.
I will say this was another case where Bella Ramsey acted her ass off. She really did sell that performances. You felt those gun-wrenching screams. She was like genuinely begging for them not to do it. And like again, she sold that performance. After it happened, like her ribs were broken, so she had to like crawl to Joel slowly. Like that whole scene was like very heartbreaking to watch.
Tommy, the fight for Jackson was so entertaining to watch.
It was
with Tommy with the flamethrowers and fighting the bloater by himself. Like
that was insane.
That was and I almost feel like that's kind of the best part of the episode. Is kind of like the best part of the season. Is maybe the worst part, because I feel like they blew all their budget on that one episode. Because
I think that it was...
after they kill Joel, it ends with this great fucking like scene of like Through the Valley by Ashley Johnson, and it's like
them
they're dragging Joel's body,
dead body behind the
Abby's
horses.
people are leaving, and Jackson's all ruined because a lot of people died. A lot of people get fucked up in Jackson. And
episode
after
3,
that,
it's a fucking 3-month time jump, 3 fucking months time skip.
Which at first I was like, okay, like I'm down, I'm down. Like,
at first,
so far all the changes they have made have been good changes. Craig
I would
Mason
say
has done
that
a good job.
I would say it was far better than what the game was doing. That's why I was genuinely hyped for the first 3 episodes. Like, okay, they're actually cooking. The decisions are like, okay, Tommy's not there, okay, sure, but I don't think that Tommy would still have every reason and right to go to fucking Seattle and kill.
They do get a good moment though. In the beginning of episode 3, he's with Joel's dead body.
Dead body.
The thing
he
back.
had to clean his fucking dead brother's corpse. Yeah,
and it's just like, but he didn't see it happen. So it's like, I feel like
he didn't need to see it happen. Yeah, he did not need to see it happen for him to go to Seattle to hunt them down.
Yeah, your brother gets capped. I don't think you need to fucking see it happen, but it's again, it's more of a build up. They do this whole courtroom thing, like this whole council thing. That one Seth that one Seth character who was like a bigot to fucking Ellie, calling her a dyke and shit. He stands up for them, and I was like, why are we even debating this? Like, these guys are animals. They should be hunt them down, and we should kill them all.
Yeah, he killed one of our own. Like, he's like this. He's just like, they're only gonna come back if we don't go out and then get our lick back. Essentially,
because they're trying to vote. Well, should we send out men to go hunt them down?
Yeah,
and everyone's like, I don't think so. And Seth stands up and was like, this is bullshit. We should do it. Which I think is a cool like redemption thing for a character who like Ellie hates. Definitely. But I hate how the bitch doesn't give him like they write her in a way where she's not even like a nod or like, oh, I respect her, like a handshake or anything like that. See, they make her seem like, nah, you called me a dyke. Like, I'll never forgive you. I'll never forget. It's just like
she was. I mean, at least that's also one thing I have noticed from the first episode, but I was kind of just ignoring it. Ellie is still very much 14-year-old Ellie behavior in season 2.
Still a child.
And like, I'm confused because again, like, it's crazy how mature she was in the second game, part 2. And then I'm watching this show, I'm like, yo, she's genuinely still acting like a 14-year-old. Like, I don't understand why. Up. Yeah, but
it's kind of crazy. It's like she grew up for real.
But in the show, they didn't.
5-year time jump.
5 years.
The first and second game. Yeah, 5 years, I think.
But they didn't fucking do it. She's kind of acting the same.
She literally yells out next to Tommy. She yells out, "I'm immune! Like, I can't get infected!" Like,
for no reason.
Because Tommy's which is like, I don't. Again, these are writing choices. This is not like an actress thing. Like, I genuinely don't like it when people get on an actress to chop to us all the fucking memes of like Bella
They're
Ramsey.
all
like,
deal with that. They've been saying that since season 1, and then they come
should we have recast her to play an older Ellie?
Yeah, maybe.
But it's like too late now. Who cares?
Late.
Like,
oh well.
I think that the physicality of like what Ellie does in the game is kind of hard to even believe to begin with in a show. Because again, even if it's a girl, right? Let's say they cast Haley Spanny or whatever her name is from Alien Romulus. If they cast her,
the main character from Alien Romulus,
people are still gonna be bitching. There's no way a woman would be able to fucking beat up all that many. It's like people are still gonna find shit to complain about regardless. At the end of the day, it's a fucking video game.
It's crazy that those type of people have been on. It's second they see a female, it's just they go fucking berserk. It is weird as hell.
I mean, and again, it's a video game. You're never gonna be able to compare a video game to a show because a video game, you do video game shit. It's like. We do get to see a little bit of training where she's like training, she's boxing, she's jujitsu, even though like
punching a bag one or two times.
I've seen people on TikTok judge a technique. It's completely wrong. Like, it's not even good technique, which I mean, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. They start putting an effort to show that she's been training in hand-to-hand combat, but she never really uses it. Okay, so anyway, they go and they leave, right?
Yeah,
they finally sneak out. Seth gives them guns. He gives them a bunch of shit.
Okay, well, first off, they're not chasing Tommy. That's the big difference about the show, which I'm also like, okay, why are they doing that? That was an interesting change. I was trusting it, but now not so much. But why? But Ellie and Abby, Dina, sneak out of Jackson before Tommy does, and with the help of Seth.
Yeah, Seth, which is the character who called them both a dyke for kissing at the fucking party or whatever.
Yeah,
and. I mean, it's a good scene. It shows that, like, he's trying to make amends. He would go if he could, but he got fucking injured.
Yeah, Joel
shoved his ass too hard. And, like, he can't walk right.
Not at all.
But it's like, even then, he's giving you guns, supplies, and fucking Ellie's just like
dab him up, you know, just give him a little handshake.
Immature.
He just give
very
you
immature. And it's just like, I get it. That's a personal thing. But anyway, the next episode they finally get. It's like day 1 of Seattle. They even say it day 1. We see the Seraphites. We see the Seraphites. We see, we even see Isaac.
Isaac. We see Isaac.
We see Isaac. Isaac's backstory is great. That was a great change.
That was dope. Same actor also.
Jeffrey Wright.
Wright, amazing actor.
That was a really cool because we never really got that, and it's like it almost
Isaac was almost a nothing character in the game, to be honest. I don't really.
Like he's the big leader.
Everyone's talking about. He is the wolf,
of the wolves, the WLF, and we get to see that he was a Fedra guy, and he turns on the Fedra guys, and he joins them, and we see him interrogating a Scar.
That interrogation scene was crazy, very wild.
Yeah, and the Scar pretty much said like, Scars never leave to become wolves, but there are always wolves that leave to become Scars. So
and he's not wrong. He will lose one day.
Yeah, like you'll never be able to win. Is what he's telling Isaac, and it's a great scene. But again, here's where the show genuinely like it's not a fall, but it's going down. And I think that the chemistry between Dina and Ellie, and I'm playing the game right now. I'm playing Last of Us Part 2 because I'm
replaying it as well.
I'm trying to be like fair. I'm like maybe I'm forgetting it, but like no, their relation in the game I think is actually better than it is in the show. I think that I think I was at first I was like, okay, I don't like that they showed the kiss off screen. We never hear about it. And then they're automatically just in love with each other. Like I didn't really like that.
Yeah.
But I would say that the way this show was going in the direction,
I still think the chemistry was good better in the game though.
I liked the direction it was going in the show because they were building it.
They were building it slowly,
the whole like how was
will
our
they,
first
won't
kiss?
They? It's kind of
will they, won't they kind of thing. They're in this tent, and Dina's like, oh well, I'm straight. I like Jesse still or whatever, and they're kind of building it. And I'm thinking like, okay, maybe by the end of the season, after like Ellie fucking beats the shit out of Nora like
from the hospital,
they can have like they can have a good scene together where she finally confesses her feelings. Yeah, no, fuck that.
Very next episode.
The very next episode. Hey, Ellie, I'm pregnant, by the way. And then she gets finger banged, and I'm just like, that's kind of wild.
I'm gonna be a papa. I'm gonna be a father.
Yeah, so that's the meme, right? So the meme right now is Ellie's reaction to Dina being pregnant in the game is, I feel like pretty realistic. I don't know. I feel like in the game, it's a very realistic reaction.
Like, why the fuck would you
come here?
We figured this out a week or two in the travel, and you decide to tell me this now. You're pregnant. Yeah. You are becoming literally a burden. Why have you done this? And the show, what did the show do? Oh, I'm gonna be a dad.
Yeah, like
what the fuck?
To me, it almost feels like rage baiting. Like it feels like they did that shit on purpose because like Neil Druckmann wrote the first game and he clearly has a huge influence on how they write the show.
But that's also what confuses me. It's like the other writer is the guy that wrote Chernobyl. So why is the dialogue going to reasonable to just genuine kind of cringy? But then I'm like thinking maybe it's the director's fault because I really feel like most part of that episode scenes lasted way longer than they should have, and I feel like
episode 4.
Yeah, episode 4. They just didn't seem like the actors knew or didn't give that much direction from the director. So it's kind of like they didn't seem that comfortable in the scene, especially her explaining that she was immune because it technically
that shit was so
stupid.
Annoying, bro.
We don't have spores, so the only way they did that was that Ellie got bit right in front of Dina. So blah blah blah, that happens, and then that whole scene with her holding the gun towards Ellie and then Ellie having to explain that shit was just so. Just not good. It wasn't poorly written.
It went on for a little too long.
Way too long.
I get it. I get the reaction at first. She goes, I'm going to go to sleep, and then you can watch me all you want. I'm going to wake up. Everything's going to be fine. Even after she wakes up, she still has the gun on her.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you went to sleep for like a couple hours. And you're still not turned. Like, I would believe you at that point. Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
Maybe. But again, then they show, she goes, I'm pregnant. And they immediately make out, and they have sex. And it's like, it just feels weird. It felt out of place. That's the best way of putting it. It felt very out of place for what they were going for originally.
It felt like a very it was like a happy-go-lucky scene where like I feel like we're forgetting that Joel is dead. We feel like I forgot like her begging for Joel to be alive, and then now all of a sudden she is like the vibe is not. as much as shit I gave for the second game being like overly depressing, which I still agree with, it was at least the show doesn't have that depressing feeling to it. There's no
It doesn't
vibe.
have the right tone.
No tone.
And I wouldn't even say
bad.
the theme of the second game is depression. I would say it leaves you feeling depressed, but the tone of the fucking second game is anger. It's rage. It's like vengeance. It's like Ellie wants to get Abby at all costs. Like playing the game, I'm already at day 3 right now.
Yes, sir.
Literally, Ellie's whole tone is like, I am locked in on getting this fucking girl, no matter what.
No matter
and
what.
I feel like
she's literally lied to Jesse, saying, once we get Tommy, we were going straight home. Literally lying to him.
Which it kind of is crazy because it feels like the way they're writing Ellie is that hunting Abby is almost like an afterthought. And the biggest problem with this season so far is they have completely made Ellie stupid.
They made her incompetent. They've made
it
got to a point where I feel like they made Dina the main character. She literally knows how to do everything. The way Ellie is shown in this season, I don't see how the fuck she kept Joel alive in season 1 if this is the same Ellie. I don't know. These are two completely different characters, and I don't know why they made this switch with her. She's even more incompetent than she was in the first game. Dina, triangulation. What's that? I guess that has to do with triangles, right? Like she's just incompetent idiot.
It's like sitcom dialogue.
Literally,
yeah,
it's like what are you talking about? Fucking idiot.
It's not even just that. It's the fact that like all of Ellie's survival instincts are gone now.
Yeah.
She's saying like, what's the best plan for approaching this TV station? All right, we run straight at it.
It's
just like,
and then she got Dina acting like fucking Dora. No, Ellie. What do? We go slow. Yes, that's right. Literally talking to us as we're stupid. It's so annoying.
It's kind of crazy because they're clearly going for a brains and a bronze kind of companionship.
But you don't have to make it this big of a difference.
I don't even. But it's not even that. You don't have to change. Okay, brains and bronze works. Big gum person.
But she's a blabbering idiot.
Yeah, but to me, it's like it feels like a different character. It feels like you can't do that with a character who in the first season was smart, was untrustworthy, was very like cautious, and now all of a sudden
she was cracking jokes. But again,
which is like we're not saying that like comedy is bad because there's comedy in the game. Like
very much so.
There's these small moments of like relaxation, like maybe
the guitar
in a different
scene,
life. The guitar scenes in this show, and it's good. Like again, it captures the same vibe as it did in the game.
100%.
Where it's like a moment of like peace, where these two are like just existing with each other. All right, now back to our path of vengeance.
But no, it seems like every scene has to be like 3 or 4 jokes thrown into it. That's when I'm like, oh, bro.
I can point out one great scene, and I even sent you the meme of like how it has like a sitcom laugh track.
Oh yeah,
she walks in and she's like, "How we doing today?" Like all fucking big and smiley and shit.
I turned the lights
are on. Like it's like
I'm no good in math. I'm just gonna go screw you about now. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
It's like Ellie in episode like in Last of Us Part 2 was she's the main character.
She's the main character.
She's good at everything.
Bro,
she's good at everything.
They have
smart.
Dina literally doing the listening mode. The fucking metro scene, the red when the clickers come, you have Dina doing the listening mode, and you just have Ellie just sitting there just doing
like she's
nothing,
not the main character.
Doing nothing.
And it's like again, if you want to do the route of like, okay, the main character's flawed and they're getting taught these things, it's like, but Joel taught her those things.
Exactly. Did she not cross the entire half the fucking quarter of a country? Did she not walk across America with Joel? What happened to that?
Like season 1 didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like this Ellie feels like a different Ellie from season 1. Because again, logically speaking, if you're gonna go with the route of okay, well the main character's a little dumb, but they can learn things from their companions, and it's like, but she already did learn things from Joel.
But I got to think of it, right? Since season 1 is so good, is it because they just copied the first game, which is, in my opinion, a 10 out of 10 perfect game? Yes. So obviously the first season was going to be good.
I wouldn't even say opinionly. It's objectively.
But then the second game, again, as much as better as it is compared to the show, it's still, I don't think it's not that great of a story. And I think that is the reason why the second season is fumbling, because they didn't really know what to do with that story.
I think what they did was a detriment to the story, because it's clear as day now, they're dying on that hill.
Yeah, they're dying
on it. 7 episodes of Ellie, and then the next season, it's going to be clearly all Abby. Because so far, we haven't talked about Abby. We do not see Abby at all.
Whatsoever.
Which I'm thinking in a show, you could easily jump back and forth and show both sides.
That's what I thought they were going to do. I thought that game mechanic of jumping back and forth would work perfect in a TV show because that's how a fucking TV show should be set up. Like, duh.
Like Game of Thrones,
shit.
great example.
Literally.
Game of Thrones jumbles dozens of characters back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
And it worked, for like 5 seasons.
Works.
Yes, but...
And it's so like I don't understand why it's definitely a creative directing choice that they chose not to do that. They're choosing to do this season all Ellie down. And then the next season they're gonna pick up with Abby, and it's like by then who the fuck's gonna care? It's like
that's the thing. My opinion changed drastically on the show once I realized I thought it was gonna be 9 to 10 episodes. So I was thinking, okay, slow burnish maybe, but we're gonna get there. But then I figured out, we only have 2 episodes left. What the fuck is there? And the next episode seems like it's going to be a flashback episode, which again,
all flashbacks.
I'm hyped about. That was my favorite part of the game, the museum. But that means we only have 1 episode for the aquarium.
Yeah, that whole thing. I'm not gonna lie. So
like, what are we
let's
doing
talk
here?
about the last episode, right? Because I think episode 4 is the first time we were like, this shit's kind of bad.
That is genuinely the worst episode of this entire series, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm like, this shit's kind of bad.
It was bad.
It sucks because it starts off really good. That's the one that starts off with Isaac.
Yes.
That's the episode that starts off with Isaac. The first 10 minutes
Scar
are all
interrogation scene was fire.
And that's great. That clearly the fucking director was having lunch that day. It was somebody else. Because the next fucking 40 minutes were dog ass. Because they completely just kind of like...
Again, I blame the director. It was the 100% the director.
They fumble the characteristics of Ellie that made her Ellie. They make her stupid. Mm-hmm. They make her... again... They make her just too happy. And I get it. You don't...
She's too happy-go-lucky.
They're missing the vibe of season 2. Season 2's vibe is anger. It's rage. Revenge, it's vengeance. It's grief.
Yeah.
It's like... And I get the idea of like, well, why do you want it to be depressing? Because you said the game was depressing. But it's like, you can capture those in a way that... with these little sprinkles of like... Dina cracking a joke or two, which they do in the game.
I'm hearing
they do that really well in the game.
I'm hearing a lot of the critiques of it being, the show is like this because they tried to please both sides. But like, I'm on the side of not liking the game, and I didn't want this, so I'm confused. They weren't trying to please both sides. They were trying to do something else. I don't know what this drastic shift is. Because again, the writer of Chernobyl, is it because Neil Druckmann himself maybe has more writing say in this season? Maybe. I don't know. I wonder what you guys think.
I don't know. I think episode 5, though, again, there's some moments in there that are just stupid. But it gets better. It gets a little bit better because we finally get to see the rage.
Yes.
And this is a proof that it's not an acting problem. It's a writing problem.
And a good director. When a director actually gives you something to work with, something great comes out of it. Surprise, surprise. Yeah. Bella Ramsey is a great actress.
I agree. I mean, it's so crazy because so episode 5, the day 2 of Seattle, the biggest change so far is they completely just negate Hellcrest.
Which is understandable. Hellcrest is fun, but it's wave after wave after wave. All you're doing is killing.
It's just straight action.
It's straight action.
For a game, it works because it's just straight action. That's when you meet Jesse. It's like the fucking Uncharted scene when you're in the fucking car.
It's chasing.
It's like it's straight action. So I get it.
Yeah.
But the other big change is they have Dina come with her, because when Dina is found out to be pregnant, she stays back in the theater and listens to the radio.
Yeah, because she gets sick because again she's like I guess she's way more further along the pregnancy in the game than she is in the show.
Maybe
100%. Yeah.
Maybe because she goes with her, which again is fine. I get it because in the show, I feel like I'm half and half on it. I feel like in the show, you need to see more of Bella Ramsey's solo acting to get an idea of her mindset.
But the writers locked themselves in a box because again, she is incompetent. She literally cannot survive on her own. Dina genuinely needs to be with Ellie because she can't do anything for herself. And that's that's fucking the dumb part about it. And
it's so funny. So they negate Hillcrest, right? They don't go to Hillcrest.
No,
they go to some other place that's kind of close to the hospital or whatever. But I don't know. It's like a random building. And Ellie gives her a plan. This is the plan. This is what we're going to do. And then the plan immediately goes to shit.
No, what happens was, this was the first time this episode, Ellie was supposed to, again, they said it, she takes the switch because in a tactical standpoint, Dina's the brains, but in a combat standpoint, Ellie knows what to do. But then the first plan Ellie says doesn't even work. Nothing that Ellie did worked because essentially they would have been fucked if it wasn't for Jesse saving them. Like that's
so
literally
what happens
it.
is they go into like this room and they realize there's a fuck ton of stalkers in
Fuck
here.
ton of them, like 12 of them.
Like yeah,
Yeah.
and Ellie completely said, "All right, I can get bit, you can't. So go lock yourself in there." Which I'm like, okay, that makes a valid sense.
Understandable, yeah.
And Ellie completely gets overwhelmed immediately, and then Jesse comes out with that fucking M16 and starts killing everyone.
The silhouette that at first it was like the silhouette of Joe, so she thought at first it was Joe, then it turned to Jesse. I like that. That was
a good create.
Yeah.
That was a good choice. I mean, I love the set design because obviously Seattle, the set design is mint. It's perfect, I think.
Yeah.
Jesse says, "Oh, I came here with Tommy," so I'm like, okay, though that's how they bring Tommy.
And they split
Jesse
off, so that's dope.
Jesse, yeah, they split off to search more and. Essentially they run into some more wolves and they end up in the park where the wolves like, oh, we don't go in there, and it's like, and that's when you see the Seraphites doing a sacrifice, like feel her love,
and
they fucking gut the guy. They hang a wolf and they gut his ass like they do in the game.
Yeah, it's insane.
And that's an insane ass scene. Because at first they were showing scars as kind of like sympathetic a little bit because you see that little father with his daughter and then they end up dead
in the ditch because the wolves fucking shut him down. Yeah,
and then you're like, okay, they're trying to make scars look good, and then you realize, oh no, these guys are crazy.
Not at all.
We're like, oh no, they're cooked. But Ellie finally gets alone, which is again Ellie being a main character is like, yo, they shoot Dina with a fucking arrow. And she's like, all right,
because in the game, you're alone and you get shot in the arrow. Yeah. But this time, Dina gets fucking boom right in the fucking leg. So Jesse has to carry her, and that's when they split off because he runs back to the theater, and Ellie sees the fucking the hospital and straight up books it to there.
Yeah, and so it's kind of crazy because
I will say I wish the episode was longer. This is the shortest episode yet, and it was about a 10-minute ending. So it was damn near 40 minutes max. So I feel like she kind of just jump cut to the hospital. I feel like I wish I could see a bit more of that.
The opening of this episode was really good though. It's with like these two wolves are sitting down. They're like, why did you see those wolves in the hospital?
Oh yeah.
And she pretty much explains like, oh yeah, it's in the air. It's in the air. And I'm like,
if they were going to they doubled down on no spores in the first season. Yeah. So now they backtrack. It's cool, whatever. But I don't understand why they couldn't introduce the spores in the fucking episode before that. Fucking with Ellie and Abby. But anyways, they introduced the spores.
Ellie and Dina, Ellie and Dina. Because in the game, Ellie, her mask breaks.
Yeah.
And Dina immediately is like, oh, we can share mine. And she's like, no, don't do that. Because obviously Ellie's immune and we know that. And it's a good scene.
Exactly.
Lots of people are memeing on Belly's face, like Bella Ramsey's face and shit, but it's like, I don't care about that. That's just silly.
Yeah,
that's silly. But again, the set design is perfect. The way they do spores, the way they have the spores breathing out, it's so cool. And then
I guess they have them like living, just breathing in. It's like, ooh, like, ugh, yeah.
And so we finally get, again, it feels really rushed, but we do get Nora and Ellie facing off, and for the first time, we get to see some sort of a rage that should have been there the whole time with Ellie. It doesn't have to be like
episode 5 out of a 7-season episode, by the way.
Yeah,
episode
it doesn't
5.
Need
we
to
finally
be
see the rage that was supposed to be there from the get-go.
Again, the game does that really well.
Yeah,
I will say that one thing the game does really well is it doesn't make it super in your face. Like, I want to kill Abby, but she keeps reminding.
She goes after them like the day after, right after. Yeah. She doesn't wait 3 months. She goes literally right after, a few days after.
Which again, the time jump I didn't really care about. Like I feel like whatever, that could be a whatever choice. I don't really think too much about it, but it's more of the fact because obviously Ellie's hurt in the show, but I like that she finally has a moment of like, I don't care. Like, Nora's trying to say, do you know what he did? And she's just like, I don't fucking care.
No, she's like, yeah, I know. I know. I did. Yeah. They did add that Nora straight up just because I do think in the game she never even knows that Abby was the that was her father that Joel killed. But Nora just straight up tells her, that was Abby's father she killed, right? I mean, he killed, right? Yeah. It's like, I guess you have to say that.
For the show's sake, maybe, but I think in the game it was a better narrative decision because it just shows how much
she didn't give. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
You killed my fucking father. Straight smoke. Like I don't give a fuck what reason you had. You're dying, and I think I like that more in the game. But again, we finally get a moment of Bella Ramsey being vengeful. Build Ellie, and it works,
and
it
she
just shows
her ass off. That was a good ass scene. Like, where is she? Yeah. Where is she? She had that rage in her that again should have been there from the get go.
Beat her ass with that pipe, just like she did in the fucking game.
Yeah, she started like torturing her, like for the information and everything.
And then it cuts to black, and we get a flashback scene, and we finally get to see Pedro again. I just looked at you, and I'm like, Man, I miss that man. Like, I was too hard on him, man. I miss him, dude. I really
Joel,
do,
man.
dude. I miss Joel,
Man.
dude. Like, I really do miss him. It's like, and again, it's clear as day. The next episode's just gonna be straight flashbacks.
It is, yeah. Which I mean, again, that was my favorite part of the game was the museum birthday. So it's like it's gonna be good, but then it's gonna probably have them all put together of him, her finding out. You know, we're gonna have that scene like, oh, tell me, or I'm leaving Jackson, or if you lie to me, you know.
Which I actually think were good parts of the game. I know some people hate that it kind of fucks with the relationship, but honestly, like I kind of don't hate it. I kind of like it because obviously that was bound to happen. We could like pick because it's clear as day from the ending of the game, Last of Us 1, Ellie didn't believe him.
She just goes,
okay. Like it didn't feel like conclusive. Like it felt kind of open-ended.
It was very open-ended. No, I don't think open-ended. I still think I stand by the fact that Last of Us 1 could have just stood on its own.
And it goes back to the question, right? Of and at the end of the day, this is a show. We still have the game. We have the game, but where do you think this is going? Because I mean, we only have 2 episodes left, and it's clear as day. I already can tell you how episode 7 is going to end. Jesse's going to get capped, and it's going to be Abby, just like in the game, saying, you know, we let you live, and you wasted it, and it's going to cut to black, and that's going to be the ending of the fucking game.
Yeah,
that's going to be the ending of the season. I mean, and it's like I have to wait another fucking year to 2 years to see Abby's perspective. Like I don't like Abby. Again, the one thing I thought the show was doing really well off the jump, they were writing Abby as an antagonist, as a villain,
a bad guy.
They were writing her as the bad guy. So I'm thinking like, oh, dude, Craig Mason's cooking. Like he gets it. Like you can be an antagonist and still be sympathetic.
Yeah,
that is something that you can do. You can write an antagonist and you can kind of understand them, but they're still the villain. Like Aaron Yeager and Attack on Titan.
I still stand by the fact Neil Druckmann just views himself as Abby. That's the only reason why he wrote Abby as the main character. If you look at the game just strictly by game level design and level by level, Abby has literally the main character levels of the game. She has the most grandiose, craziest parts of the Last of Us 2 game, which is like annoying to me because I'm replaying it and I'm on day 3 of Ellie, and I'm kind of like, do I even want to continue playing on the fucking Abby's? I don't even know, but I'm definitely
Abby's fun to play.
It is fun to play.
He made her all the good levels, all the new guns, like
Brawler beats the fuck out of fucking every clicker you see.
I mean, we can touch on Caitlin Denver as Abby. I mean, what do you think of her as Abby? I mean, I think some people were saying, "Oh, she's not muscular enough," but it's like I don't. It's clear as day. Like
you don't care. That's a pivotal part. That's the whole point of her character, wasn't it? Like she got big and like muscly because she thought Joel as this crazy monster entity, like that she was that haunted her dreams.
That was her boogeyman. That was her like.
So of course she would be jacked up as jacked as possible so she can fight and kill this big monster. So I do think taking that away was a stupid decision. I think it was genuinely because, again, I hate to say it, but I think it was because they needed someone just closer to Bella Ramsey's stature. That's the only reason why.
But I mean, is this crazy to say that works in the game because Ellie is but she's smart.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
She's tactical. And Abby's the big fucking brawler, and it's like they finally can go at it, and it's like I just feel like that can still work. If your main villain is so big and bad, it makes the hero overcoming that much more effective.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like. I mean, you could also say like, well, that's unrealistic for a woman to get that big, but it's like it's not even that big. It's just an effort.
Yeah, it's just
It's an effort. It's an effort of putting on size or just getting somewhat muscular. But because they said
they went out their way to say, yeah, we purposely did not want her to do it. That's the thing. Like, it's like so they doubled down on this weird hill. Again, I don't know why they're doubling down on this first season only Ellie and then next part only Abby. I really don't understand. I don't think it's gonna. I don't know. I don't have much hope for that shit. Because then again,
I will say this: we did a long review. I think it's on your YouTube channel of The Last of Us Part 2 when it first came out in 2020.
I could maybe re-upload it on this channel. Maybe.
And I think that I said back then that, and I still stand on this point. My opinions really haven't changed that much. They have changed though. I think that with the ambiguity of Neil Druckmann saying, well, we're probably not gonna get a Last of Us Part 3 because you guys don't like it, so I'm not gonna give it to you. It's not how he says it, but it's the way he's saying it. It implies that like it could end this way, and I just feel like that knocks it down a lot for me. Like I feel like if Last of Us Part 2
he has 100%
is a number 2 in a 3-game series, it works better. I guess it works more. because you can't end a series on a depressing ass note.
No,
like
I think
Ellie
it's
being alone.
I think it's the pretentiousness of him. I'm not gonna lie to you. I genuinely know for a fact, 100%, 1,000% sure, the Last of Us Part 3. He has an entire storyboard laid out. He has something. He has an idea. But again, solely because of the reaction of Last of Us Part 2, we have kind of just been robbed that, and I think also robbed a DLC. Because I feel like Last of Us Part 2 should have had a DLC. But again,
Tommy.
yeah,
Tommy.
But literally because of the reaction, he says, "Oh, we're not deserving of it. Maybe I'll give it to you guys when you guys are ready." Type on some type of shit.
I genuinely think that the main thing that they messed up in, and again, there's still 2 episodes left, but I doubt it's going to be in there, is Tommy. We don't get anything with Tommy, which I'm hoping we see it with Abby's, like the next season with Abby, because she's more of the character and Tommy's hunting them down. I'm still have hope for that, but I mean, it's like, damn, Diego Luna really acted his ass off as Tommy in the very beginning.
I mean, that would be gone. It would be cool if is only Abby's perspective, and that means Tommy would be the antagonist of that season. That would be cool to see. Maybe again, the one thing I wanted from this season was a Tommy dedicated episode. We're not gonna get it this season, so I'm genuine. I'm hoping we have to have a Tommy episode next
segment, like 15 minutes out of an episode.
We have to. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
But he has been given so much aura from like social media, like the Ghost of Seattle.
The Ghost of Seattle, like bro. What the fuck?
Like that scene where Abby pulls the curtain back and all these dead bodies are there. They're not Ellie.
What the hell happened here?
Yeah, they're from Tommy killing people.
More and more coming by the day. He's literally laying them out. That's a
misconception. Is people think that's from Ellie and you as the character. No, that's from Tommy. Tommy's killing all those people. Literally. And it's like, I thought it was really cool because at the end of the day, that's Joel's brother. That's the main character's brother. Like, that's the guy you need to fucking fear, not his surrogate daughter. It's his fucking brother.
Exactly.
And Tommy kills a lot of Ellie's friends. Not Ellie, Abby's friends.
Most of them, yeah. He gets most of them, which is dope.
Yeah, and it's like, one thing I want to say though is another good positive is I think they gave more characteristic to Abby's friends in like 5 minutes more than they ever did in the entire game. Like they gave them more of a sympathetic feel.
Yeah. Again, episode 1 and 2 was good. Did good with showing that aspect. Again, you don't get fucking nothing out of them. Even during Abby's story, again, but that's at that point most of them are dead. You already killed like the pregnant.
You already killed them with Ellie's point of view.
So literally,
you don't give a fuck about them.
So you don't care. It's like the fact that look, the dog. Look, you see the dog Ellie stabbed. That's actually your dog, and you petted him. You should feel bad. It's like manipulate. It's like, bro, you're trying to make me feel bad. Like I don't give a fuck about the characters. Like again, I don't have any hate for Abby. I think she's a good character, but that in the same sense, I don't care for her either. There's no care for her. Like
she is the antagonist of Last of Us Part 2. I don't care what anybody says.
No,
she is the antagonist. I don't even care that you play as her. I don't care that you play as her. But in the end of the day, she's still the fucking antagonist. It's just the way it is. And I think that a great way that they do it in the
Neil
show.
Druckmann himself doesn't view that. Neil Druckmann himself doesn't view it like that. That's the biggest problem. If the creator himself denies that idea, well, where do we fall into then?
Because he's saying like, okay, well, Ellie's technically her antagonist, and so where does the cycle of violence end? And it's like,
shut up, bro.
Yeah, but no. Like we played as we had a whole game of Ellie and Abby. Those are our main characters, the fans. I genuinely think that I can't say I hate Neil Druckmann because he's still the guy that gave us Uncharted, which is crazy. This is the same guy that gave us Uncharted, which is it's a 4-game series that is
masterpiece.
It's perfect. It ends perfectly.
Perfect.
So I know this motherfucker can write 3 games perfectly because he wrote 4 perfectly.
But that only proves my point on his pretentiousness. He only made Last of Us 2 to show a message, to prove a point, to give a message. That's the only reason why he made Part 2. That's why it's so blatant. Again, Uncharted. I think about that series so much. I'm about to think about replaying 4. What's it, Lost Legacy? Never played it, so I want to replay it.
Steve's End and Lost Legacy, the DLC.
So when he focuses on just pure an adventure story, it's good. But no, he's like, no, I want you guys to think how I think.
I want to challenge you.
I want to challenge the ideas. But then the ideas you're challenging ain't even that complicated or deep or even like that unique. It's like, it's not that complex.
I think I gave Last of Us Part 2 when it first came out a 9 because I was thinking okay, I think I gave it a 9 because it's still a good game and the writing is still pretty damn good. I think the order of things is bad, but it's clearly a creative decision. I think that the story ending the way it ended disappointed me a lot.
Oh yeah, it was
I think
bad.
that, but now as I've matured and I realized like we might not get a part 3, I brought it down to like a 6 or a 7. It's still a genuinely fun game to play.
That's the thing. The gameplay in and of itself, I love the gameplay. Like I've been playing. What's that roguelike mode again?
No Return.
No Return.
Yeah,
I've been playing No Return, and like again, the gameplay in and of itself, if I just base that on alone, I'll say it's damn near a 9 out of gameplay.
The graphics are great.
Graphics great. Atmosphere's great. The AI is great.
The acting is really good. Like the acting is really good. Like, and so it's like it's hard for me to knock it down so much because the story is so.
But again, as a story, I will say it's probably a 6 at best. If I'm looking at the story alone, I think it's 6. Whereas I think again, the first game is a 10, the second game is a 6, and the show, I don't know where the show's falling into.
Yeah, again, I would give the first season a 10 out of 10. I think it's really good.
This first season is a good 9, 10 out of 10. I'm gonna get a steelbook for that season 100%. Like I'm gonna rewatch that season.
Yeah, I think that all the doubts we ever had about Pedro Pascal as Joel and Bella Ramsey as Ellie kind of went out the door as we were watching it because we were just like, yeah, they don't look like them, but they feel like them. And that's the most important part, bro. 100%. That's the most important part. As I get it, you want a 1-to-1 match with your actors, but I just don't care. After a certain point, we just stopped caring and started enjoying what we were seeing because it felt like the characters, and that's the more important than anything. And I just feel like this season they don't feel like how they feel in part 2, but I would argue how they are in part 2 isn't that good either. So
it's not. That's the thing.
Where do we go from here?
Like I'm seeing a lot of people like making good critiques of the show, but then they kind of use evidence of the game as if the game in and of itself is good evidence. Like I don't know how else to say it. Like the game story is a 6 out of 10. So you're comparing a 6 out of 10 story to the show. Like,
I think,
but people are hyping the game up like it's like a 10 out of 10 story.
I would say day 1 of Seattle for the first half is genuinely boring, but once you get to the second half of day 1, it's amazing. Like the way it's paced out is pretty damn good. I think you didn't like
the little open world part in the first area of Seattle?
That's right after Joe got killed.
That is true.
Like they slowed it to a snail's pace of just you don't even fight nobody for like an hour. True, like you don't find no wolves. Like again, it just
a couple infected here and there.
It crawled to a snail's pace, and I feel like that's a bad decision. But again, it's like I don't really care because I think that playing the game, you realize, damn, maybe I was a little too hard on these guys because like I think that the dialogue between Dina and Ellie is way better in the game.
I think I have a newfound appreciation of the game because again, I genuinely only played it once when it first came out initially 5 years ago, and now replaying it, I do have a newfound appreciation of it. I will say that
and I think that
the chemistry and again the dialogue, again the way Ellie is, it's just she's so fucking dope. I don't know, she's dope.
Yeah, I mean Ashley Johnson was made to play Ellie. I think she was made to play that character.
Embodied her.
And I mean another thing I want to say is like we've been critiquing the show and the game pretty heavy, but we're big fans of it. I mean,
I love that show.
To see the statue in the background, like
statue. Oh,
we have the Ellie statue in the background. It's like we're fans and we critique it because we love it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wish it was different.
Exactly.
And we were hoping that maybe this show could give us a different way. And there were small changes in the beginning where I'm like, maybe they'll change it. And it's like,
but again,
now we kind of realize
I can't say that, but I still think the decisions and changes they made in the first couple episodes were good decisions.
Yes,
that's what I'm torn about. But a lot of people are not saying that. That's what I still stand by, the fact like the first initial decisions that we're doing and changes that we're doing made sense, but then it didn't. Again, like it was a flip of a switch. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I think a lot of people's reactions to the changes earlier in the season were very negative. I think we were alone thinking that, well, they're pretty damn good.
Yeah, we were definitely on the minority of that.
And I think that, we're going to watch it because, again, we like Last of Us.
I'm going to finish it, 100%.
I want to see how they do Jesse. Because it's clear as day, Jesse's not making it out this season, bro. He's not making it out, dude. I'm sorry.
He's not.
Abby's going to cap him, and I just want to know. But again, I'm thinking to myself, if Tommy's not there with them, where is Tommy at? Because Tommy was there with them, and so was Jesse with them. Like Jesse and Tommy were together.
Maybe the next episode 6 isn't all flashback. Because again, I genuinely don't know how they're gonna fit that all into one episode, unless it's going to be rushed as fuck, like last episode was. Because if the next episode's only flashbacks, they gotta have a full hour of a lot.
Because Abby not only shoots Jesse, she shoots Tommy, and you think she kills him, but obviously you find out later she doesn't. She cripples him and injures him, but it's like
she shoots his eye out.
Yeah. And I'm gonna watch it. I think that I don't know, man. I just think that Last of Us Part 2 is just too divisive, and I think that it's kind of like it's hard to do it, man. Because if you're not going to change anything, but you want to please both sides, you can't. You kind of have to pick a side, and people genuinely like. I mean, we had a friend who was watching it with us, and he liked the game.
He loves it.
He likes it a lot. He likes the story, and so it's like we have a different perspective.
It's his favorite game of all time.
So it's like there are people out there that genuinely love the story of Last of Us Part 2, and it's like I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
That you could have made small changes that would have drastically made the game way better. Okay, keep everything the same, right? The ending of Abby and Ellie, I think would have been so much better if Ellie got locked up with the Rattlers, like she does in the game, but she escapes, right? Yeah. Abby's locked up with the Rattlers, Ellie gets locked in. They have to work together to escape these people. And maybe at the end, Abby does something heroic and sacrifices herself or something, does a heroic act. And maybe you get this idea of like, man, maybe in a different life we could have been friends, but I hate you. And it's like, then Ellie can take on Lev, and you have like this kind of like one-to-one of Joel and Ellie. And it's like this person I didn't ask to be with.
I do think for a fact that Ellie should have killed Abby. I stand by that fact.
But again, I don't even think that she should have killed her. But I think Abby should have died. I think Abby should have definitely died though. Yeah. Because leaving her alive, it's like, man, nobody want to see that shit. Like, nobody wants to see Last of Us Part 3, Abby the main character. It's like, we don't want to see that shit again.
Man, that's what we're getting, man. I don't know what to tell you. If we're getting Last of Us Part 3, that's what we're going to get.
Yeah. I mean, anyway, we talked enough about Last of Us Part 3. I mean, but this has been a long time.
It's a divisive fucking a lot of talk. Been a talk of the town.
You know, it's been a long time. It's been a long year. I mean, a lot of shit's come out in terms of, I mean, you want to start with movies or games?
Let's start with games, man. Let's start with it.
Yeah, games have been pretty damn good this year. I mean, we kind of figured it'd be this way. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is like arguably one of the best RPGs ever. I think people are giving it 10 out of 10s across the board. And
it's so fun to play. I dumped like 50 hours into it. Fucking fun game.
Yeah, I mean that's been really fun to play. We have some new games.
Jones? Oh, Indiana Jones.
For PS5, that was last year, but PS5 people just got it. Okay, we've been playing it because we don't have Xbox.
Hard. Yeah, we don't have
that shit's fun as fuck. That shit's fun. I think Troy Baker maybe should have won the.
He didn't win anything. Actor. It's crazy. Yeah, he is Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he really does Harrison Ford like really fucking well. I'm like, damn, dude, like this is really fucking talented. We have the newest game to come out. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which people are saying has revolutionized turn-based like action games.
You've played
what I've been seeing, yeah, it's insane. Good. Like I think that from what I've played, I think that.
But I mean, what is it? It's like you said, it's an interactive turn-based. So it's turn-based in the sense of like was it Persona?
Maybe I haven't played Persona, so I can't describe that. So what I think it's like you do something, right? And
you do something.
Okay, turn-based shooter, my turn, your turn kind of thing, right? When they're doing their shit, you can time stuff to dodge, deflect, parry.
Yeah.
So, like, you're not just sitting there waiting to see what they do. And, all right, what did you do? Okay, now it's my turn. You have to see there and, like, wait to see what they do. And it's like you have to react to it in real time, which I think is fun.
So parrying, dodging, blocking, okay.
Yeah, it keeps the player involved without just, like, you know. And there are some strategy games that I played where it's not like that, and those have been good too. But it's good. I like it. I love the story. I love the art style of it. It's very like steampunk, futuristic, like very like
$50. It's also by a team, French team that left Ubisoft, so ex-Ubisoft developers.
Yeah, that makes you wonder why Ubisoft games are shit. So Ubisoft Assassin's Creed Shadows came out this year, and it's like
I heard crickets out of that one. Ain't nobody play that shit.
Yeah, it sucks, man, because I really feel like Assassin's Creed is just doomed, man. It's just never gonna be the same. It's never gonna be good again because everybody that made it good is gone.
Long gone. That's the saddest part. Because again, Assassin's Creed was like one of the fucking biggest first gaming franchises I got into as a kid. PS3, the first Assassin's Creed, second Assassin's Creed, and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, top games for me. So I have a deep love for it. And again, Assassin's Creed Origins, the one with Bayek in the Egypt, that shit was good as fuck. I still think that's one of the best Assassin's Creed games, and that wasn't too long ago.
That was their first jump to the RPG style of like but then kind of Dark Souls.
Valhalla happened, and now we're here.
Odyssey happened. Odyssey.
Yeah, Odyssey.
Now Shadows.
Odyssey was the beginning of the end. It really was.
Yeah, I think so as well. we have some games that are coming out soon. Doom: The Dark Ages comes out tomorrow, which that's my most hyped game of the year.
Shit.
So I'm fucking ecstatic,
people have been raving
man.
about it. People say that it does nothing but improve. Like I saw time and time again, how do they keep improving? They keep it's just wonders.
I'm telling you, it's one of those games where you look at it and you think like this can't be that fun, but then you play it because again, the game loop is just kill demons.
Yeah,
that's it.
Really
just kill demons.
Yeah.
But the way they make it so innovative, they innovate. Doom, the first Doom in 2016, a solid 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10. Doom Eternal is a 10 out of 10 in my opinion.
People say it's like the best Doom game ever. Like
it's crazy how Doom was so good and they still found a way to improve it in the sequel. And now this one is a prequel, but man, everyone's saying it's even better than Doom Eternal. So it's like,
well, they say this one actually has a story. Apparently, this is the longest Doom story ever. So there's actually like a whole story into it. So I mean,
Doom Eternal
looks
has
cool.
a story.
I haven't played any of them.
I would say you could skip the first one. I don't think because the first one is like it's cool, but again, the story there is no story. It's like very small story. Again, it's a small demon outbreak on Mars.
That's literally
so it's and then Doom Eternal is when they get to Earth, and that's when there's an actual story. You're trying to save Earth. But again, I'm hyped for that. And then we have Mafia: The Old Country just dropped the trailer.
That kind of came out of nowhere, or did it? Because like
some people. What do you think about this? Some people
it's a linear game.
They have this mentality of like, oh well, it's $50. Well, I'm not gonna play it then. It's only $50. And it's like
gamers. I don't know. And in the game, I'm a gamer, but in the day, gamers are the most like fucking just cocked fucking audience. They get stumped on, and we get walked on the most. Nintendo literally says, and Ubisoft says, we will own nothing, and
Microsoft
we will be happy about it. No, Nintendo too. Technically, the Switch 2, the cartridge games aren't technically actual physical games. It's only a key pass to a digital game. So technically, when you buy a physical copy, it's not even a physical copy. It's a key card now. It's not an actual physical copy.
Nintendo wants to charge $80 for physical games. $90 for physical
Mario
fucking
Kart,
games.
Bro. Fucking Mario Kart.
Fucking insane. And now Xbox is saying we're gonna do the same shit. We're gonna start charging $80 for games now.
Yeah, Borderlands 4 is gonna be fucking 60.
It's like, why are we doing this, bro? Like, I get inflation. You can blame IRL stuff like tariffs. Nah, that's bullshit.
It is.
I think 100%. It's greed. It's greed. They're using it as a scapegoat. Oh, well, these tariffs. So let's charge $80. It's
gaming is becoming a luxury, and that's not a good thing. Gaming should not be a luxury. Everyone and their mother should be able to have access to gaming. That's all gaming
we had
is
out
good.
Here in these streets, bro.
Literally,
that's all we had out there. When we were struggling, that's all you had was little PS2s with like 3 scratched up games.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm happy that I feel like we grew up in the best times during video games, in my personal opinion. I think it was the golden age of gaming. PS3, early PS4. Golden age.
I genuinely think that people are saying, well, if it's $80, then that means it's going to be better, right? But it's not. No. It's just the price is just going up and the quality is still the fucking same, arguably worse.
Yeah.
And
again,
it's like
Mafia, the Mafia Old Country, it's going to be not open world, it's going to be linear, and it's going to be solely story focused. So that's why it's only at a reduced cost point. So it's not going to be a long story. So it's like, what's wrong with that?
Why as gamers are we bitching about that?
What's wrong with that?
Okay, a good you're going to give me a shorter game, but it's only $50. Why am I complaining? Because again, their argument is, oh, if it's $70, like, well, maybe it's like, again, people are genuinely thinking that more money means it's going to be better.
Because corporations like Nintendo has brainwashed the audience and fans to just believe that. It's sad how we really, again, there's a reason why the gaming industry makes the most money out of everything else. It makes double out of everything. Music industry, film industry,
highest grossing media of all time.
Yeah, so like gaming industry makes the most money. So the last industry that should be raising prices is the gaming industry, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Call me crazy, but fuck it, right?
I mean, it's crazy because Black Myth Wukong was considered a lot of people's best game of the year last year. And that was only $60. That was the normal price of games.
A smaller developer. It wasn't even a AAA. It wasn't AAA.
Yeah, and it's like, to me, it's like, that's kind of why where it's with movies, we're like, oh, are movies getting worse? They're getting better. I think it's always going to be the same. I think you'll always have those smaller studios that make genuinely good games, and they need your support. I mean, there's a small indie game called South of Midnight, where you play a girl in the bayou.
It is a
puzzle game.
Yeah, it's a stop motion animation style game. I've been low-key. It's on Xbox. Yeah, it's on Xbox Game Pass. I've been low-key meaning to play it, but again, my game list is like way long. Well, that's good too. Yeah, that looks
it's like there's these small games that like people don't really see, and it's like you know, that other game came out, Split Fiction, by the people that made A Way Out. And, It Takes Two. I mean, I've been playing it with Sarah, my friend, and it's like, I think that we need to play that because that's also been another good game. And I also think that, you know, we have these other good games that are coming out. They're only $70, and it's like, I just think that, you know, we have Ghost of Yotai, which is next, and I think that is going to be probably game of the year. I don't know.
You think
my most hyped game is Doom, but I didn't think Ghost of Yotai is going to blow me away. I think Ghost of Yotai and the Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater is going to blow me away.
Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater is my most.
I have vivid memories of it. Vivid memories. I played it on PS2. I have vivid memories of it, but I don't really remember playing it that much. To play it in modern graphics.
Death Stranding 2 is probably my most hype, 100% by far. The fucking Hideo Kojima, the man himself. Death Stranding 2. You need to finish the first game, bro. I'm telling you, it is.
You loved it, right?
It's the narrative, bro. It brings you fucking to tears every time you watch it. I'm telling you, Die Hardman's performance in that game. It's crazy that I get that Matt Mikkelsen won it, but I think he should have won it over Matt Mikkelsen. But yeah, Death Stranding 2 is coming out in a few months. I'm hyped as fuck.
I love Hideo Kojima. He's like the last person that's genuinely just doing whatever the fuck he wants.
He is.
Nobody can tell him what to do.
He's the biggest fanboy.
He's not owned by anybody.
He's not owned
by anyone.
He goes to every celebrity like a fanboy, takes pictures for everybody, he collects them all like Pokemon. He's just doing his best. His innovative storytelling. He does things that no one else does. He makes risk. Like, say what you want, it might not be your cup of tea, but he does risk. He does shit that you have never seen before. He's a true artist, a true visionary.
In an industry that's an art, he is like one of the few that's genuinely trying to express his art. And I think that's kind of a lost thing in video games, because video games are about money. It's about making money, right? And he clearly does not give a fuck about the money. He clearly is just he's making a game for one person, and that's him. And I think like that, to me, is a real artist's way of approaching it. And you can't do nothing but respect it. You know, it's like Death Stranding 2 looks insane.
It does.
Like he blatantly put Solid Snake in there. Like he blatantly put a guy who he said he would want to play the live action Snake.
The biggest fuck you to Konami ever, man.
Makes him look like Snake, and it's like, I'm just happy for him, man. I'm happy that he left.
That was the guy that he said if you ever wanted a live action Snake, that was the actor he casted. So that is Snake.
He has him playing a guy who has the fucking bandana and looks straight like Snake, and it's like, again, it looks cool.
How far are you into this?
I think I'm in Act 7, I think.
Oh, damn, you're not new. Damn, you got a long ways to go.
Yeah, I think so. I saw it. Okay. It's a game you have to binge. I binge it every now and then. I don't think playing it in one go is fun. I think binging it's more fun. But again, Woodkid's doing the soundtrack. We do love some Woodkid.
He's cooking.
Yeah, he's cooking. You know, Borderlands 4 apparently comes out this year, but you know what's not coming out this year? What got delayed?
I'm hyped for Borderlands 4. What got delayed?
Yeah, I am too.
What got delayed?
Where do we start with? GTA 6, Grand Theft Auto 6. Man, this looks like the
game
future.
Of the century, man. Game of the century.
This looks like the future, bro. Game of the decade right here, man. This is what everybody has been fucking waiting for forever. Like,
it's going to be a genuine national holiday when this drops. It's going to be a worldwide holiday.
We got this before GTA 6. We got this before GTA 6. Now, like, dude, you see the memes where it's like GTA 6 is 99.9% downloaded, and you hear this noise, and you start to feel a pain in your chest. And it's like
the war of the worlds, like fucking aliens coming down to fucking.
There was a time where I'm like, man, people didn't really make it to play this game. That's kind of crazy. It has been. It's gonna come out next year.
It's coming out. It's another year. Yeah, it's a whole
2026. 13 years, man. That's a huge gap for us for a game, because GTA 4 and GTA 5 was not that big. It was like what, 5 years?
No,
6 years?
It was like 7 years.
I think GTA 4 was 2009 or 8, and GTA 5 was obviously 2013.
Yeah.
So I think it's only been like 5-6 years, but again, 13 years, bro. And it's clear as day the reason it was that long was because they were making so much fucking money from GTA 5 on the online portion of the game. It's clear as day that the reason this game took so long is because they were making so much money, but they were cooking. That money, that time didn't go to waste, because man, this game looks so fucking good. Like the motion, the graphics, the physics. We're gonna get a huge open world with different environments.
The fact that's in Florida is even crazier to me. It's like they're gonna have they gotta have a knockoff Disney World in that shit. That's going to be so funny. That's gonna be
awesome, bro. Like
they got Vice City. Like, I mean,
we're fellow Floridians. Like we love it, and I get to see like the places of like, damn, I've been there before.
Literally,
like I'm not from LA. I'm sorry, I'm not from LA. I'm not from New York City. I don't get to say like, well, I've been there. Like, this is my game, bro. I get to go like, damn. They're doing the Everglades. They're doing like the fucking Bushnell that at the redneck side of Florida. Like they're doing that shit.
Miami.
Like I'm
everything.
hyped, dude.
Yeah, that's
I'm
like,
hyped, man.
it's like, but like they dropped the second trailer. The story, I feel like this is the most we got out of like a sense of what the story is going to be with the two main characters.
It's like
Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde is what it
definitely
feels like.
Going to be like that.
But there's a theory that the main character is a cop.
I think the guy character is going to be a cop. I mean, again, Rockstar ain't about fucking in-depth story. Their stories are pretty simple, so I can see.
But what they do really well is 10 out of 10 writing and dialogue.
Yeah,
they have never made a game that has been poorly written.
No,
it has always been great dialogue and great acting, and just the physics of like, you know, we finally get to play a female character in Grand Theft Auto, which has never happened before.
No,
we get to play a couple, and like the missions, like the shit, like, everything just looks so good, man. The physics, the animations, it just looks
fact
like
that the trailer,
because
originally the trailer they said we thought it was 100% cutscenes, but apparently it was 50. Literally, they said 50-50 cutscenes and gameplay trailer. And again, you could not tell, you can barely tell the difference. What is? So it's insane, and only on a PS5 too. So it's like, what the fuck? This is like finally a game where you can say, okay, this is a new generation game, because I feel like we do not have
PS5 and Xbox One X or whatever the fuck it's called. Like it's for the current gen consoles.
It is, yeah.
They're not trying to cater to the PS4 and Xbox One,
which is surprising. Yeah,
they're just saying no. It's just for the two consoles, the two current consoles, and that's it.
It's gonna be
PC release,
bro. It's like, bro, I'm gonna take a week off for that shit. I'm taking days off. I'm
calling my job and saying, I died. You're talking to a ghost. I'm playing GTA 6, bro.
I'm playing GTA 6.
National call out day is GTA 6 launch day, bro.
It's gonna be a holiday. Lines every. I'm gonna be real. I'm figuring I might get the most expensive edition of there. Whatever it is, fuck it. If it's a cool enough statue, I'm gonna get it. It's really a historical moment.
Man, it's like we prayed for times like this. You know what I'm saying? We prayed for times like this where we could see GTA 6, man, and like. It's cool. Man. It's really cool to see like the environments, the two characters. They look cool. It's two unknown actors, just like GTA 5.
They like keeping it secret, low key.
Yeah, the fucking Bonnie and Clyde dynamic. The possibility of the main character, I think his name is Jason. He might be a cop,
undercover cop. That'll be crazy.
That'd be even cool. Miami Vice type vibe, Again, I can't fucking wait, man. I can't wait because I just know it's gonna be fucking game of the decade, man. Like I don't care, bro. Rockstar. People can say what they want about Rockstar. They do very maybe narratively missions. Like you have to do this way. They don't give too many. But again, their narratives are so. Good.
I stand by the fact that God of War Ragnarok was the rightful winner of Game of the Year. The amount of people I see that this like Red Dead 2 should have won is crazy to me. But I think God of War Ragnarok.
That was the original God of War, not Ragnarok. That was just the first God of War.
Oh, for real?
2018.
That's 2018. Oh yeah. I still think
that was the first God of War. Yeah. That should have won Game of the Year. I did, and again, dude, it's like. Seeing artists accomplish their dreams. Like I remember the lead director was like on video like crying and shit. Like, thank you for supporting my game. Like, you know, it's just great to see that there's people still being artists out there. Again, like we have people like James Gunn who's doing his version of Superman, which man, he is cooking.
He is
like,
cooking with that one.
Newest
trailer recently dropped with Superman and
today, right? Or yesterday?
Yesterday. But James Gunn is like, I feel like the people are way too much doubting. This was like I think it was like a little dialogue with Lois Lane interviewing him as Superman, which I thought was cool because they were talking, and then she said, "So Superman," and then you could see like the switch between Clark Kent and Superman, between just like that like switch. Like he seems to be a good actor. I've never seen him in anything else. What is his name? David.
Let's see. I don't remember his name. It's David Cornsweet. I don't know, but
I've never seen him in anything.
Yeah, but it's crazy to me because this looks like the first guy to understand Superman. Is James Gunn. I think that Superman. Listen, I love Henry Cavill. He'll probably be my Superman because I grew up on him. Right? He'll always be my Superman. But it's like. He's not comic book Superman. He is definitely a different take on the character.
I honestly don't think we really ever had an accurate representation of comic book Superman, to be honest. Well, maybe
I guess the old ones, the old ones. I guess if
we compare that to like the golden age, like maybe during the '60s Superman, sure it was accurate, but I feel like
not even '60s, the '80s one, the '80s Superman movies.
I'm saying the guy's name. No, I'm saying that represented the Superman golden age time during the '60s.
Yeah,
it was very like that. It wasn't like the Superman we know. And again, James Gunn, looks like it's about Superman. Original title was Superman Legacy, which was again based off of the comic book Superman Legacy, which is considered the best Superman comic book ever made. And the coloring, I don't even like just the coloring, how colorful this movie looks is insane to me.
I love bringing color back to Superman to the comic book movies. Wow, comic books have color in them? It's crazy,
and
bro.
He has his underwear wearing out. He is literally just the classic comic book Superman outfit.
Christopher Reeves, that's the guy who played the original Superman. And he looks very inspired from that, but he's also taken a lot of inspiration from the most popular Superman comic, which is Superman Legacy.
Yeah, Superman
Legacy.
I
think that was a good choice. I think that, again, if you read one or two Superman comics, you'll see how inaccurate Henry Cavill's Superman is.
Yeah,
I'm saying he's not accurate, which is fine. Because again, I look at Zack Snyder versus like its own thing. It's not supposed to be accurate. It's his vision.
Snyder,
whatever.
It's an Elseworld story for me. That is not at all.
That's how I look at it. It's not accurate. Whatever. You could still find enjoyment in those movies if you view it that way.
Yeah.
But he's straight up going for comic book Superman. I think he's nailing it. I think he encapsulates what Superman is supposed to be, which is a beacon for hope.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that having him do hero things like saving a kid in the trailer, and you see almost like the struggle of being a god, of being Superman. You could see that he's struggling with it, and he's getting his ass
all he
kicked.
wants to do is save people, but then technically, again, he is a god, so he can't really do anything without it being extremely political. So
I wouldn't say he's a god-like to them, because that's the one thing that Snyder did wrong, is he made Superman a god figure, and that's not Superman in the comics.
But Lex Luthor views, that's why I mean that the whole point of Lex Luthor and existence of Lex Luthor is that Lex Luthor's, again, he said Superman is not like us. He's literally a god. That's why he wants to take him down.
Which makes sense for the villain. For the villain to look at it in a bad way, which again, they casted Nick Holt as Lex Luthor, which is W casting, I think. I think he looks pretty good.
He's gonna kill the role. I definitely think. Again, I can
really
see like the jealousy, like he has this weird like jealousy like look about him, which I really like. It's like, okay, they're gonna really.
There's a lot going on in this trailer. There's monsters. There's 10 different heroes.
Yeah, there's like 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on here.
Like members of three members of the Justice League. The Green Lantern.
Mr. Terrific's in there.
Mr. Terrific, Hawk Girl. It's like, yeah, it's a fuck ton of the Element guy, the guy with the like purple rock and then like white head. I think it's like something Element. I forgot that character, but like James Gunn does he always does like a big ensemble movies, so I'm trusting it. But at the same time, like, are they only gonna have like one scenes type shit? Because like it's a Superman movie, so like I want to see Superman.
I trust James Gunn, dude.
Yeah,
surprise, a good director. I can trust him because I mean,
Suicide Squad, right there, the best, my favorite DC, one of my favorites.
And surprise, it was done by James Gunn. And it's like surprise, the best Marvel movies were fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, which was done by James Gunn. And it's like I get some people don't like his style of comedy. I mean, it's my cup of tea. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's my kind of comedy.
Especially
like
Peacemakers. Also, Peacemaker season 2 is coming out.
So yeah, that looks good, man. I'm hyped for that. Funny. They got the person that plays Dina. She's in there. I think she's playing a Hawk Girl or something. No, who she's playing.
No, Hawk Girl. Again, she's in the Superman movie too. Yeah, she's Hawk Girl.
Yeah.
And so Guy Gardner, I think Guy Gardner is Green Lantern. He's also in there.
He's also in Peacemaker.
Yeah, and also in Peacemaker. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which again, they're merging Peacemaker into the James Gunn universe.
Peacemaker is the first, either Peacemaker or Blue Beetle. One of them is the first installation into the new James Gunn world. Because I still think they're technically holding on to Blue Beetle, I think. Because I guess it did well. I've never seen it. I don't know anything really much about that one.
I mean, it's supposed to be for my people, so I don't know. Maybe I should see it. It's a Mexican superhero. Exactly. I mean, I should watch it, but I don't.
Peacemaker.
He's a side character. I just never really cared for Blue Beetle.
But Peacemaker looks good.
Yes.
I'm hoping they're going to do that weird, like a new little weird dance scene for the intro for this one, too.
Yeah, I loved it, bro. I love that shit. I love that John Cena commits to anything he's in.
He's a phenomenal actor.
Like, it's kind of crazy, bro.
He started off in Fred. That's his first fucking movie role.
Playing himself.
Fred. Yeah.
But it's crazy because he said that, I think in an interview, he said that, what acting role did you learn the most about acting? He said, unironically, Fred.
Literally.
You're learning to play this more comedic, this more comical version of myself. He's playing John Cena.
Literally.
He's playing John Cena. And so being able to play a more comedic, more comical version of himself taught him more how to act.
Exactly.
And it's like, I'm not gonna lie to you, out of all the wrestlers that have turned actors, him and Batista are the best.
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe. I mean, who knows with The Rock with his new A24
Have you seen that trailer?
It does look good, but
for the Smashing Machine, that movie's gonna be good, dude. I'm telling you, it's A24. The real story is depressing, but it's uplifting.
Literally like Iron Claw, then. Not as fun.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it's gonna be better than Iron Claw.
Oh.
Because again, Iron Claw was good, really good. One of the best movies about brotherhood and family I would say I've ever seen. But it's about wrestling. This is about MMA. This is about like fighting, like real fighting. And so it's
about
like
a guy like he started off with like just 0 losses, but then he ends his career with like a shit ton of losses or something like that.
Yeah, but MMA at that time was still like an underground thing. It wasn't popular. It wasn't mainstream. It was still like a relatively like new thing. Back when that guy was fighting.
Yeah.
And he has documentaries out and shit, which I've seen a bit of. So I know his story, but again, it's the first movie I've seen where Dwayne Johnson looks like he's actually acting.
Literally.
Like he's actually being a character. Every movie he's in, he just changes his t-shirt. I'm a new character now. It's like, he looks like the guy too. He looks a lot like him. And it's like, damn, dude.
Yeah, but Batista embodies his role. John Cena embodies his role. So hopefully this is the first time in a long time I've seen.
Yeah.
Because I think the last time I seen him embody a role was Pain and Gain, which is unironically, I think that's actually like a good The Rock performance.
And Ballers. I think Ballers, he did a pretty good job in that HBO show.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Okay.
Yeah,
Ballers.
it's pretty good. But I think it's just a well-written show. I don't think it has anything to do with him. But, Peacemaker, we have, Superman. I think Superman's going to be great.
Yeah.
We have Marvel. What do we think of Marvel, man? Because, last time we talked about like how, okay, they're doing the Doomsday. They're doing Tony Stark. They're doing Robert Downey Jr.'s Doomsday.
Yeah.
So far, since then, we've had 2 movies come out. One was absolute dog shit. That was Captain America 4, Brave New World, which I heard was more of a Hulk sequel than it was a Captain America sequel, which is kind of crazy.
40%, 48% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is.
Yeah.
Yes. Then we got Thunderbolts. Which I'm hearing good things about, but I mean, at the same time, I don't know.
No, it's not Thunderbolts. It's the New Avengers.
Oh yeah, sorry, the New Avengers.
Yeah, because they're doing like this media campaign to make it the New Avengers now. They just want
attention. They're desperate for attention. That's the only reason why fucking Robert Downey Jr. is back as fucking Doom. But it's like, I heard good things about it. I heard, what's his name? Sentry Bob or The Void. Yeah. I heard he was a really good probably one of the coolest introduction character in a long time, apparently, in the Marvel. So
I heard Agent Zero was done really well. The guy from Winter Soldier and Hawkeye, or what's his name?
Oh, 47.
Falcon?
Agent
47. No, his name is Agent US Agent is his name.
US
Agent.
Yeah, US Agent.
Yeah, and he was the best part of the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. I think I heard a lot of good things about him in this. Obviously,
I'm gonna
Yara,
watch it on Disney Plus. Yara's the main character. I mean, and she was my favorite part of Black Widow.
Yeah, so, definitely. Florence Pugh is a great actress. Surprise, she's a really great actress. I mean, she started off playing in Midsommar, like A24 films, like Fighting with My Family, which is a really good movie about Paige, the WWE wrestler. It's like yeah, so surprise, she's the best part of it. And but then again, we have a new trailer for Fantastic Four: First Steps. And again, they are bringing the color back to Marvel movies, to comic book movies.
It's surprising to me how good Fantastic Four is looking like. Like I genuinely thought that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will be the last new Marvel movie I see in theaters because I was genuinely done with it. But I think Fantastic Four, I'm going to be in theaters for that one. It actually looks good. Pedro Pascal's in it.
The guy who played let's get all the actors' names because they need to shout out because one of them's actually so we have Vanessa Kirby, who was in Hobbs and Shaw, I think.
Hobbs and Shaw.
We have Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. We have Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, and then we I don't even know who was playing fucking the Thing. I think again
he's a big guy. He's a big actor in The Bear, I guess. He's a
Evan Moss Bachrach. Yeah, he plays the sous chef in the Bear. In The Bear, you're right. So again, good actors. Wow, they cooked with the casting, and surprise, the design looks really fucking cool. I think the Thing's design with the large fucking forehead The large
it's more
like
comic.
unibrow.
It's original comic book accurate design.
It looks
Again, it's very
sick.
comic
It
book
looks
accurate.
sick,
It's like
dude.
the futurist, the '60s meet the Jacksons type futuristic vibe. It's an Elseworld. It's again, they're not in the Marvel MCU. They're not because it's going to be the Silver Surfer is actually a different character. It's the Silver Surfer is a girl. I forgot her name, but it's not the main Silver Surfer. So I think it's going to be on some type of like they actually fail to save their world and they have to escape to the MCU.
Galactus is in this world.
Yeah,
Galactus is the main villain.
Exactly, Galactus is the main
the guy
villain.
the guy from The Witch and the guy who voiced the
Green Knight.
The Green Knight, he's Galactus, which I mean
his voice is phenomenal.
He's got a great voice for that kind of role. So I mean, like this shit's gonna cook. Like I'm hyped for this.
I'm hyped.
Like
that's pretty gonna be. It's gonna be cool. Cool.
Another good movie came out that you've actually watched. I saw you drinking that cup earlier.
What? Oh, Sinners.
Yeah, Sinners. I think that was a movie that I was seeing the fucking like the I was seeing the media spin for it, and I thought like it's probably gonna be an okay movie. It didn't look that crazy from the trailer.
I'll be honest with you. When it comes to like when like everyone says this movie's great, when the mainstream media says, "Oh, it's great," everyone's saying it's great. I came into it was like, okay, I'm sure it's good. Again, it's Ryan Coogler, which is he did the Creed and the Black Panther movies. So he has a shit ton of movies under him with Michael B. Jordan. He's pretty much like Martin Scorsese's and Robert De Niro are pretty much like they have like 5 or 6 movies together. So Sinners is his newest installment, and Michael B. Jordan.
He did Fruitvale Station. He did all these Michael B. Jordan movies. You're right. You're right.
They're a dynamic duo. They've made a shit ton of movies together. But this one is his new installation with Michael B. Jordan again. Michael B. Jordan plays twins, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this is Michael B. Jordan's probably best performance. Like
I've heard a lot of people say that. A lot of people say it was Killmonger. I think it's kind of an okay performance in Killmonger. A little bit overhyped.
Cool. It's overhyped. A little bit overhyped. Yeah, it's overhyped.
But you've been saying genuinely this is his best role because he's playing twins and he made them feel like different characters. You forget that he's twins.
Yeah, it's such crazy how like again they look similar, but again the way the personalities are so different. One is calm and collected, one's more flashy, and it's like kind of cool that the dynamic between them. But even like the music, also Ludwig is the composer, which he started off making music with Childish Gambino, and then he did Tenet. So he's pretty much the next new big composer next to Hans Zimmer. He's pretty much the up and coming Hans Zimmer.
He did Oppenheimer, he did Mandalorian,
Tenet. He did all that type of shit. So like the way him and Ryan Coogler worked very close together, and the way the blues it's like Mississippi. It takes place in 1930s Mississippi. Black people focused, and it's like very. It's a vampire movie. And it's a very unique take on vampires. Crazy. I know, right?
Because like I saw vampires, and I'm like, vampires movies.
It's his first original. It's his first original idea. Because again, all those other stuff has been based on stuff. This is Ryan Coogler's first original.
You're right, because Fruitvale Station was a true story about the tragedy of that guy getting killed. He did the Marvel
stuff,
and then Creed was obviously based off of Rocky, and then Marvel. You're right, dude.
This is his first original.
I mean, he needs more.
Yeah, then this is like on some Dawn of the Dead type shit. And again, Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, amazing. Wama, I think she's from what is it called? I think His House. The wife from His House. She's in it. If you remember that Netflix original, yeah. She's in it. But yeah, the cast is great.
What do you think about Haley Steinfeld and Michael B. Jordan?
Their chemistry is it's crazy.
Listen, I'm not talking about the movie. We ain't talking about the movie right now. I'm talking because there was a big story about Shamik Moore being very weird to Haley Steinfeld, and a lot of the memes were going around showing their dynamic.
Shamik Moore is so weirdo, bro. End of the day, status and fame.
Michael Jordan's like hugging her, like, yeah.
At the end of the day, status and fame doesn't unchange the lame in you, and he's just a lame-o. And you can see the stark difference between the behind the scenes and like the press production. You can see the clear difference in comfortability Haley Steinfeld is with Michael B. Jordan compared to Lestine Scanfield. Like he constantly trying to flirt with her, and her just awkwardly laughing. And Michael B. Jordan and her are just literally like
want to call it like the incels, like, oh, it's pretty privileged because Michael B. Jordan. I just think he's a cool guy. I think he's he's
it's not
comfortable. I think
again, it's personality. If you have a lame personality, it doesn't matter your status or how you look.
Yeah, I think he's more of a brotherly vibe. Like he's funny, he's cool, and he has like
he's respectable. He's
respectable. Is a good way of putting it.
It's respectable.
I think you have to be that way if you're gonna have. They have some intense ass scenes in the movie. Because
you want some.
There's some intense scenes they have in the movie. So I feel like if you act that way, you have to be like comfortable outside of the movie. So it's like,
I'll say that again. Also, a standout was the villain of the movie, himself, the vampire, a Irish vampire. Actually,
I knew nothing about from the trailer that it was
Jack
like
O'Connell. Jack O'Connell, I think his name. He's from Skins. I guess if everyone watched the UK original Skins, he played. Ryan Coogler is very good at writing, understanding. Again, I say Killmonger is very understandable villain. I feel like he made the vampire, like his character, just he made sense to me. Like the vampire made more sense to me than the main characters did.
This is the dude from Unbroken, the true story about that World War II pilot that crashed. Unbroken, the guy with the bar who lifts it up over his head.
Oh, that's him. I've seen that too. Yeah,
that's straight up him, bro. So it's the same actor. So it's like, yeah, dude. I mean, like, clearly he got a guy who could fucking act.
Yeah. So like he made it really good with having being a Irish vampire. So it's like he knows in a sense of what like colonialism is, and that was pretty much a clear example of what was happening during like the 30s with black people during the Mississippi. So that had good parallels to it. So in a sense, he was sympathetic to understand that like, in order to be truly free, you got to become a vampire. Because if you're a vampire, that means you can't be oppressed anymore. You will be free. There will be no strings attached. So it's like he was very enticing.
Yes.
So Ryan Coogler he makes. I can't wait for like his next villain. His villains are dope. They're my favorite part of his movies. Are the villains.
I think the way he did Creed 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah. I guess 3 was more Michael B. Jordan's directing debut.
That was Michael B. Jordan's director. Yeah,
he helped him with it. He was one of the producers. But again, just seeing like his movies, I mean, yeah, like I like that he has a style. Like even though he's doing these franchises, he has his own style, which again I like. Because a lot to be made of that, and I'm hyped for it. But
definitely, you get everyone just watch. I highly recommend Sinners if you haven't watched.
We need to watch Warfare.
It again. Warfare.
I've heard Warfare is really fucking good. Because the last movie we watched in theaters was an old movie from 2006. 2005.
2005. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith.
The 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith.
Golden movie, man. That movie.
I think I wanted to end on Star Wars because I wanted to go on a brief rant because it really made me fall in love with Star Wars again, because the last movie I saw in theaters of Star Wars was fucking Rise of Skywalker.
That was the last Star Wars movie.
And I felt so dead walking after that movie, and I was just like, man, I really don't fuck with Star Wars no more. And then watching the Clone Wars, the final season, I loved that. But then watching again, man, I don't care what nobody says, bro. The prequels are good. I don't care what nobody says. I think
prequels had a passion into them.
Jeremy Jahns said it best. He said that they have flaws, but it doesn't matter because they were made by passionate people who loved the idea and understood the characters. So it's like, you say what you want about the writing, you say what you want about George Lucas can't write dialogue. I don't care, because at the end of the day, it's written by the original guy who had a plan, who envisioned it, and it's like, it's clear as fuck the cast had fun making it. Like, Liam Neeson still gets asked about fucking episode 1, Phantom Menace. It came out in 1999. He still gets asked about it to this day, and he has nothing but great things to say about it. And it really made me appreciate like behind the scenes of movies, because we also watched Lord of the Rings trilogy.
The Lord of the Rings
like we watched we watched the whole extended edition of all of them. And again, it's like when a cast is having fun behind the scenes, it almost doesn't matter if the movie's great or it's not. But I think the movies are good. I think that Revenge of the Sith
they had a passion in them that again the Star Wars Disney ones didn't make. I don't know. I think they're these Star Wars movies,
Watching Revenge of the Sith, I really felt like, damn, this is a tragedy. Like, this is like a Shakespeare tragedy, bro. This is like straight up tragedy, like the way it ends is fucking sad, bro. Yeah, like it is a tragedy, bro. And like, it seems to me like I used to clown people that said like the prequels were Shakespearean. I used to clown that, but now I kind of understand it a little bit, because watching
the dialogue is like Shakespeare dialogue.
I think when people hear that, they think like it's 10 out of 10 dialogue, but I don't think that makes sense. I think that they're looking at it wrong. I think when you look at how Shakespeare wrote his plays, like if you watch Romeo and Juliet, like if you watch anything, it's like, again, Attack of the Clones is a love story. And it's clear as day. It's like if you look at it as like a Shakespeare love story, it kind of makes sense. It's like, I don't know. I realize just,
I mean, again, even the dueling, again, even the lightsaber combat, it's like Disney was just so half-assed with it. It was just laughable. I don't know. In my head, again, the Disney stuff never happened. It's not canon to me. What's canon is the movie. It's the I guess the Han Solo. Again, the Han Solo and Rogue One movies are actually, like, unironically, actually, I think, good Star Wars movies. Which, like, baffles me even more in how shit the fucking the 3 Skywalker movies were. I really don't get that.
It sucks because I think that the sequel clearly had no direction and no plan.
There was no plan.
The prequels definitely had a direction and a plan.
It was one man's vision. One man's vision.
And I think that somehow Palpatine Return is still one of the worst
fucking stupid, lines. Bro.
And I think that in essence is what ruins Disney Star Wars for me, is like they clearly just don't care. And they're almost trying to like retcon it now. It's like weird. They're like trying to like move forward with like a whole new thing. And it's like, again, I heard last that Daisy Ridley. Again,
I haven't heard that name in years. What has Daisy Ridley been doing? Oh my god.
It's so funny looking how the actors who haven't played these characters in years talk about Star Wars versus how the sequel people, the Disney people, talk about Star Wars.
The same thing.
John Boyega's like, hey, fuck Disney, but fuck Star Wars.
And after that, he literally has never talked about it since. Again, Daisy Ridley, she's been in a few things, but again, publicly, the same thing with the Game of Thrones people. Like, they do not talk about it at all. And it's like, they just like, okay, hide away. I even remember Oscar Isaac talking shit about Star Wars during the first Dune campaign run. It's like he was talking about like, Dune was actually like you're actually on set seeing stuff. It's like unlike the other thing. It's like, okay, so it's like they don't care. It was such factory made, no love, just
studio
tasteless.
Movie. It was a studio movie. There's no vision. There's no directors. No like vision, fucking no like passion, creativity.
No nothing.
It's just straight up like fucking.
She's in 2 movies this year. Daisy, what the fuck?
I just saw this Cleaner. What the fuck is this knockoff fucking wannabe?
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's knockoff fucking John Wick shit. What the fuck? Okay, I guess. Oh, surprise! It's not that good. Anyway, listen. I think that with the direction of Star Wars, I think watching. I just love that as a audience, we've all collectively agreed that Hayden Christensen is amazing. I think we the children that
I've always loved the dude. Yeah, I've always loved. He was the dopest. He's Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, the children that loved him outgrew the people that hated him, and it's like it's really. I mean, the 20th anniversary of The Revenge of the Sith starts off with just him walking out and pretty much thank you for coming to the movies and thank you for this.
I think it's the second grossing highest re-release of a movie ever. So clearly we know what Star Wars truly is, and then it's the prequels. That is what everyone's made Star Wars. Again, the originals are good. Don't get me wrong. The originals are good.
Yeah. I think the originals are good, but again, it's like the lightsaber combat is like pretty bare bones because it has to be because you have a guy, you have an old guy fighting a robot, and you have a fucking noob. Again, you get to see fucking Jedi in their prime throw down, bro. And it's like we do as older, like people that grew up with it, have the hindsight of the Clone Wars, have all these Disney specials that have fleshed these characters out more.
Clone Wars adds onto it to 1,000%.
Yeah, like if you watch the Clone Wars and then you watch Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, it really makes a lot more sense now. His fall to the dark side, because it's hinted at a lot in the Clone Wars.
Exactly.
And it makes me just appreciate so much, man. Like Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, man. Like
Ewan McGregor,
hearing them talk about like the behind the scenes, how when they would do the lightsaber, they would make the noises and shit. And George's like, listen, we're gonna add that after the fact. And it's just like hearing them just blatantly like gush about how much fun they had. It just makes you find like it doesn't matter if a movie's not a 10 out of 10. It could still be enjoyable. I think all the movies are enjoyable. I think the first one's a little up until the last act.
I think again, first one is probably sadly probably like one of the worst Star Wars films made. Definitely, it's like
but the third act is good.
Duels of Faith, the song alone, and then the fight in and of itself, it's amazing.
They had to slow down, like they were going too fast. So they had to slow down the camera to capture Ewan McGregor and and Maul fucking fighting because they were going way too fast.
I saw seeing the originals, like damn, they were going fast as
shit. So it's like but again, like some people say it's too choreographed, but like I don't care because it's so much better than what we have in the sequel trilogy with just fucking stupid slashing and shit.
It's like Ruff just literally blindly swinging your fucking arm back and forth wildly, just and screaming. See, I understood that in Force Awakens because I thought Rey never touched a lightsaber a day in her life, and Kylo Ren hasn't fought in probably a decade. So I understand
hasn't fought someone with a lightsaber.
Yeah, so it's probably like, okay, I get it. It's like more brutal, but then it just kept getting worse. Like I don't understand that. It didn't get better. It got worse. Like I don't.
I love that. You know, it's also the prime of Jedis. You know, Jedis are in their prime in the prequels. They're really in their prime. So like, it's Revenge of the Sith. Like it's the Sith overcoming the Jedi, and just like, I love all the Disney Plus stuff they've done with Dooku, with like Tales of the Jedi, like fleshing him out, and Qui-Gon. It's like, it made me just realize like, damn, Star Wars really is good. Like, when it's Dave Filoni and people like Jon Favreau, when people like Kathleen Kennedy just stay the fuck away from it and just let people who are fans of Star Wars run Star Wars.
But then again, the new Mandalorian is kind of ass though.
We're not gonna say that like the first season wasn't good though. That's what I'm saying. The first and second season were pretty damn good. Like because I'm pretty sure the second one ended with Luke. Second season ended with Luke, which is like
taking Grogu away.
I remember seeing that like, damn, it should have ended right here for real. Now we're getting a Grogu and Mandalorian movie. I don't know how I feel about that.
I thought it was a show.
I think it's a movie.
Mando and Grogu, I think it was called The Mandalorian. Yeah, okay.
I think it's a movie, bro.
Damn. Oh shit. What the fuck?
And it's like I don't know how that's gonna work. So like I don't know. But again, it's like, I think Star Wars, now they got rid of the sequel trilogy, they're almost trying to move away from it, which is like, I guess, like again, we can let the Star Wars. I think the Skywalker story. I think the Skywalker story ended in Episode 6.
Yeah,
I don't think that should exist at all with fucking the sequel trilogy, bro. Again, Rey Skywalker, yeah, all right, dude. I'm not.
The sequel started off with a girl alone in the desert, confused on who she is, and it literally ended up her alone in the desert, confused on who she is. Like, the whole point of it was her accepting herself, right? But accepting her, she's a fucking Palpatine. Okay, so then she didn't accept that. She accepted, just because she trained with Leia for a year, she's a Skywalker? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Like, what are y'all fucking doing, man? I don't know.
And I just think that the way they wrapped up Anakin's story with him going back to the light side, like I recently watched some scenes from Return of the Jedi with him and Luke, and it's like him picking up the Emperor and throwing him over and telling Luke, like, you know, you were right. Like, I want you to know, like, you were right. Like, he died at peace, and he died on the light side, which is like one of the best redemption arcs ever, bro. They just ruin it.
Yeah.
Somehow Palpatine returns. Fuck, you couldn't do anything else? Again, Kylo Ren, Adam Driver, straight up said in an interview that he viewed Kylo Ren, the character, opposite of Darth Vader. Darth Vader was this guy who was full dark side, but by the end he was struggling with it and he went more to the light. And he wanted Kylo Ren, some guy who was kind of light side, but trying to commit to the dark side. And as the sequels went on, he would fully commit to the dark side.
Got it.
So literally the opposite of Darth Vader.
I still wanted to have Rey be the one that switched to the dark side and Kylo being the one. Again, Rise of Skywalker. He would have rised up to and became a fucking
but you can't do that with your female-led protagonist.
I will say though,
something they were interested in doing.
I will say though, another Star Wars show or season 2 recently dropped, and apparently that has been also getting raves. The first season already was like amazing, but apparently the second season's even better. And I'm like, all right, let's watch it. We gotta watch it. We started
we can watch it.
But I don't know where we left off. I'm gonna keep it real. We might have to rewatch it.
I think I do. We left off on like they were about to go on this big heist. I think we'll just pick right up and just kind of put the story together.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
But we'll just have to pick it back up.
But yeah, I heard it's really good this season.
I heard it's some of the best Disney Star Wars ever. I've heard some people praise it like it's the best thing Disney's ever done with Star Wars. But again, Disney does not deserve credit for this shit.
No.
People like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau deserve the credit. Give the credit to the writers who are keeping the Star Wars fandom alive.
Let's see who made this, yeah.
Because it's like, to me, like, you're giving too much credit to the executives of Disney. Like, Disney did not do shit, bro. The fans did this.
He made this is the guy that made the Bourne Legacy movies. That's why. The Bourne Legacy,
I mean, yeah, I know you're talking
the
about.
Bourne Identity, that one's okay, yeah. So that's why, yeah. Again, they have good writers. That's a good writer show. The acting's amazing. Apparently, the main villain from Rogue One's in this one. The guy that made the Death Star.
The Death Star.
Yeah.
He pretty much made it, and then it got taken away from him.
Took credit.
The best part of. We need to rewatch. I feel like after we watch this, we should rewatch Rogue One.
Rogue One,
because I heard it picks up with Rogue One.
Oh, okay.
And I low-key been wanting to see that with Rogue. I mean, it has nowhere else to go. We know how his story ends. Unfortunately, we know how it ends, but
which I think still makes it even better. Like that's kind of like that's cool how he went out. I'd say. Ooh, the Acolyte. Ooh, I forgot about that one.
Let's stay with the good Star Wars, right? Let's stay with the good Star Wars, all right? Let's not get involved with some of the shits that they've done.
Man.
Again, I love where Star Wars is right now because again, the sequel trilogy is over now. We don't have to worry about that bullshit.
Finally moving on from that dog shit.
The Bad Batch I heard is really fucking good. Again, it's kind of crazy how one guy's voicing like 6 different clones and he makes them all completely unique. Yeah. It's just fucking him. Which is crazy. Like if you watch the Clone Wars, one guy is voicing all the clones.
Literally.
Every clone you ever see, he's voicing it. And he's voicing the guys in the Bad Batch. And I can lie to you, I thought Bad Batch was gonna be one season. They're on like the 3rd season now.
But again, what is it there to do with them? Is is Rex involved at all?
Captain Rex gets involved in it, yeah.
All right.
But again, if you watch season 7, the final season of Clone Wars, the Bad Batch are like a group of like defective clones.
Yeah, they were like
they're all defective.
Yeah, because they had like something like wrong with them. Either the chip was wrong or like they had like a
they were just
defect.
Defective. But even before Order 66, they were made wrong.
Yeah,
and
birth
Order
defect
66
type stuff.
Bad Batch starts with Order 66, and since they're defects, they don't get affected by it. So they're just like, what the fuck's going on here? Like all the homies are killing each other, bro. And it's like
there's a lot of news stuff. Apparently, there's a Maul show coming up in 2026.
Yeah.
Maul Shadow Lord series.
I wanted to talk about Tales of the Underworld because they did a show based on Asajj Ventress, and Maul's in there as well. And then they're dedicating a whole show for Maul now.
Yeah,
which is great. It's gonna take place after he escapes Ahsoka in the final season of Clone Wars. Between that and when he ends up in Rebels.
Yeah.
When he finally finds,
Kenobi.
Kenobi. Yeah.
So it is the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, 2026. Okay. What is that gonna? Damn, do we have to? Damn, we gotta fucking watch the fucking last 2 seasons. Hell no. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Star Wars, Starfighter. So I guess pilots. We never had a pilot show, so that's coming. Ahsoka season 2. I heard the first season was not even that good. Taika Waititi is in development of a Star Wars movie.
Really?
Yeah, Taika Waititi. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I've seen so. Yeah, because Tales of the Underworld, Visions, I've never seen. Again, some of these are blatantly just kids. Some of these are blatantly just kid shows. I'm not gonna lie to you, which is fine. Because if I was a kid, like fine, I got Disney Plus subscription. Like a Droid Story is like okay, that's clearly like for kids. Like New Jedi Order is interesting. Like some of these names are like, Dave Filoni's gonna do a movie, and then Rian Johnson is getting his own trilogy.
That's what I'm thinking. Like Rian Johnson,
which is very interesting. Like what could he do?
Trilogy.
Because again, I think
at the end of the day, if it's one director, one director for 3 fucking movies, fine. Let's see what he does with it. All right, I'll give him. Let him cook. Sure. All right. Fuck. Just keep it just one.
Yeah. So it's like again, you have Simon Kinberg has an upcoming trilogy, which let me see what he did. Because I know he had something to do with. Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. He did the X-Men movies.
Ew.
He did
the Dark Phoenix.
Yes.
Oh, brother.
He did Apocalypse, but he also did Days of Future Past. He did do X-Men First Class.
Yeah,
so it's like
sure, but he did do Dark Phoenix. That was the closest to his work. Lando movie coming out in 2. A Lando Calrissian movie.
Lando, but is it gonna be Childish Gambino?
It's gotta be. Who else can it be?
He nailed it. He nailed fucking Lando. He nailed Lando in Solo. I think he was perfect casting.
100%. It's got to be him.
I think all the casting for that shit was good. I think people just are fucking bitches because again.
No, it was the fallout from
the Last Jedi.
Fallout. Like Solo was bound to fail no matter what.
Just like I thought he did a pretty good job. I thought like everyone was perfect casting in that movie. And again, seeing Sam Witwer, or Sam Witwer play Maul again is gonna be fun.
Dope.
Seeing Ahsoka again should be fun. I I heard there were some good things to like about season 1. I just think
I
that
didn't. I heard the show was called Ahsoka, but it was more a Rebels show. Like Ahsoka was barely even in it. So like, I don't know. Again, it doesn't.
She's too powerful.
It doesn't pique my interest. If I'm being real with you, again, it ties into Rebels, and again, I don't fuck with Rebels.
All I did was watch the Anakin Skywalker flashbacks. That's all I've watched.
I just watched the Kenobi Maul episode. That's about all I've ever seen from Rebels.
No, like not for Rebels, for Ahsoka. I saw all the Hayden Christensen scenes.
Oh, that, yeah, I've seen that too.
I just looked all that up, which is cool. Just like in like some weird void, and it's like clearly like a flashback.
I'm sure that was like the season. That was probably the season finale too. So like I'm not gonna watch the whole series just for that. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean that was cool to see. Again, Hayden Christensen he's just Anakin, bro. I don't know. Some people were just made to be characters.
Jedi business. Yeah, he is just his ways, tone, the way his voice is. He is literally Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, him and Matt Lantner are perfect, man. I mean, listen, dude.
It's about that.
It's been a while since we've done a podcast, man.
It's been a while. It's good to be back. You know, I want to do some little more series. Again, movie watch along. Still want to do that. What else? Yeah, I've got a lot of other stuff we want to do. Try to back to this, as a bit more often,
Yeah. I think we can try. I think we can try to do a movie review, like actually us watching it. I think
a movie watch along. I think it's gonna be fun.
I think we should do Madam Web.
I think we should do brother.
I think we need to do a shit movie.
We do. No, we have to. It's mandatory at this point. We got to.
Yeah. I think we need to do a shit movie.
It'll be fun.
I genuinely have never seen Morbius either.
I've never seen
Morbius. So I mean, let's fucking watch some shit movies, man.
Shit movies it is. Hey, let us know what you guys want to watch, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for if you made it around, Nerdvana on everything, the Nerdvana Podcast.
All right, peace out, guys.
Peace, guys.